Hey guys, Lance here from the MTG Lance channel. I actually did this video early today, but right after I was halfway done uploading it, the update happened. I actually haven't looked at the new cards, but we're going to talk about a few of the cards I wanted to talk about, which were these inspiration cards. We're actually going to talk about Searing Blood and what I think of it, and I think that's the only new other card, except a few other things. So we're just going to start with Xenagos, God of Realms, which makes sense since his name was actually God. Oh, Xenagos of the Reveler. He's an indestructible 6/5 for 5, so that's not too bad. I mean, he's a little bit more expensive, but he's a 6/5 for 5. That makes normal sense. As long as your devotion to X and green is less than 7, isn't a creature. Beginning of your combat on your turn, another target creature you control gains haste and gets +X till turn, where is that creature's power. So let's say you have a 4/4. At the beginning of your combat of your turn, another target creature you control gains haste and +4 +X till end of turn, where X is his power. So if you bring in, I don't know what, a Hydra, let's say, at the beginning of your combat, you're going to target it. It's going to get it's going to be just +4 since the counter's already on it, and it gets haste. So you're going to swing for 12, turn 5. If you have this and then that, that's actually, well, turn 6 most likely. It's actually not too bad. 12 on turn, yeah, 6, 5 or 6. Most likely going to be 6, unless you ramp into it. I mean, actually, this is pretty good. I mean, you're doubling the power and toughness of creatures almost. Now, if it's like a 1/1, it's going to become a 2/2. But if it's a 6/5, well, you can't target him, but just think about that. It's going to be a 6/5. It would be 12. That'd be 6/11. That's a 6/11. Well, no, 11, 12, 11, something like that. So I don't know. I think it helps those mana ramp creatures just get hit in for some big damage. We talked about the inspiration cards, and I think this one's all right. I mean, it starts at the lowest point. I think this second lowest, third lowest, fourth lowest, and well, worst, second to least worst, third to least worst, better, best. The reason why I say this is best is you get 2 bodies for 3. This is you get 1 body that's a 2/2 with invasion, and you get 2/2 for 3, so it's just a basic 2/2. And this one is a 3 for a 3/1 with haste, so you're going to be swinging in for damage. I mean, these are pretty close, but I think this one, because it's quicker, you could swing in right away with it, so it's going to untap. And this one it's alright. I mean, it's going to be good late game. Limited, all of these are going to be bombs. I mean, you're just going to get stuff. And I think they're fun. I mean, really don't have a lot to talk about on those guys. I did talk about them a lot when I first made this video. But, I mean, I really want to talk about a few other things. And, yeah. So I really like this mechanic. I don't even know what it's called, but just it has this ability, and then if it's your turn, you get to scry 2. I really like that. And I like how they're doing a board wipe, pretty much. In the sense, it's getting rid of all creatures and planeswalkers, which is different from what a lot of other board wipes do, and they just usually get rid of creatures like Supreme Verdict. That just gets rid of creatures. So I like it, and then if you're like top decking for a way to win and you get it, I mean, it works in the control matchup. And blue-white could be a thing. I think control actually could be a blue. I don't think blue-white-red maybe. The Izzet Guild, no, not the Guildbake, but the Scryland's not there, so it makes it a little harder. Searing Blood, I actually do like, even though it's 2 red. This Born of the Gods is really looking like it's pushing mono red, because I mean 3 red, 2 red, 2 red. Your devotion to red's gonna get up there pretty quickly. What other ones do I have red? There's 2 that have red here, and it'd probably be this right here, going for that burn strategy, splashing a little black for that god. And turn 4, by that time you should have it. But what this does is it does 2 damage to target creature for 2 mana. And that's not too bad. In a mono red deck, you're probably going to have turn 2 mana. So it's early board removal, and anything that comes on turn 2 is usually not higher than a 2/2, except maybe a few creatures. But usually that doesn't happen very often. I mean, turn 2, 2/2. Turn 2, 2/1. Turn 2, 2/2. They usually keep that pretty straightforward. 2/2 for 2. Even that has 2. That's 1 for 1/2. Yeah, I mean, look at these cards, guys. I mean, you're going to be able to do some damage early game with this. And when that creature dies this turn, so I mean, if you're able to do damage to it other ways by, like, shock as well, like, you do 4 damage to it, right? You spend 3 mana, you're going to kill the creature for let's say it's a 4/4, like this guy right here. You're going to do 2 to it from this, and then 2 over from shock. You spend 3 mana to get rid of it, and you're also going to do 3 damage to it. So you're doing 4 and 3 for 3 mana. That's actually really good, and that's not bad. I actually like the idea of when it deals, when that creature dies this turn, Searing Blood deals 3 damage to that creature's controller. So let's say they swing in with a 3/3. You have a 3/3 or a 1/1 even. I mean, they have a 3/3. They swing in. You just do 2 damage to it. Block with your 1/1. Kills them both. But then you're also going to hit them for 3 in the face when they're attacking you. So I think Mono Red will be a fun devotion mechanic. I think it'll work. Maybe with Mogus Godslaughter, the Dragon Pump works really well. Maybe not as much with Sadar Nicksmith, Fated Conflagration, even though I changed it from Nefarious Burn, which I actually like that a lot more. But oh well. And then the Phoenix, Infinity Storm's alright. He's alright, more like Pump. It's not going to go in there. But also we have a few more cards down here. Ragemonger, miniature spells cost, you cast cause 1 black and 1 red mana less. Yeah, I mean, so this will pretty much if you have more than one of these in a deck during draft or something, they're going to cost 1 mana for 2/3. That's actually not bad. It's actually a really good effect. I mean, if it was a combination of red, black, or red, black, it'd be freaking amazing. Because then Boros Reckoner would only cost 1 mana, guys. And that would be crazy. Fira's Enlightenment. I haven't really talked about this card. I might have in another video. But I actually really think blue-white could be... Blue-white control, I think, could be a deck. I really think they're going to push the red, black maybe. But mono red's definitely looking like it's getting pushed here. So I think Mono Red could be a deck. It really looks like it right now. I mean, that late game, a 6 for a 5/4, that just gets boost and it deals it does damage to target creatures. And what happens is you pay mana to do damage to flying stuff, and then you're able to swing in and do 5 damage. I mean, it turns you on a 4 o'clock turn. And then this is just removal of creatures and everything else, and you get to scry 2 with your turn. Small damage, actually damage to the creature and to the face. And then you also have the Flame Phoenix, which is freaking great, guys. I mean, for 4 you get a 3/3 flyer, and you can either get a 3/3 flyer that is going to be able to come back constantly with haste, or you're going to get a 5/5 flyer for 4. Think about that, guys. That is turn 5, swinging for 5 in the air with evasion. That is good. If you pull this in draft, you're going to be playing red. I mean, this is just... I think Mono Red could be pushed. I think... not USA. I was really hoping for USA Control, and you may actually be able to pull it off because there's so many good red cards. But the thing is, the reason why I say you couldn't is because there's no Izzet or blue-red Scryland right now, so it makes it really hard to get that land. I mean, you do have the Shock land, but I mean, it's kind of hard to get just 4 of that mana, and you're gonna have to probably run Guild Gates. That's gonna stink. But I mean, I think you could pull it off. I mean, blue-white is obviously gonna be able to be. I think there's gonna be a blue-white control deck. I really do. Flat. I wish they still had Snapcaster Mage in Standard because this was like perfect for it. I mean, during your turn, I Snapcaster Mage, bring back my Dissolve or whatever else I'm playing. I mean, Searing Blood or something. I mean, I think there's good possibilities with USA Control, Blue-White Control, and Mono Red Devotion. I think those are going to be the decks. And if I haven't said before, I'm sorry, guys, for not as many posts. I've been really jam-packed with school, and I apologize. I'll try to keep as many videos as I can. I always try to. Thank you guys for watching, though. Let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think decks-wise that will be made? I mean, Simic, yeah. I still love the deck. I mean, I really enjoy it, but right now it's looking like they're pushing other decks, and I'm just kind of like depressed over here in the corner. But oh well, I mean, you got these 2-color decks that are going to... Mono Red, I think, is definitely going to be a deck or really close to it, and it's just going to be missing a few things. But let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys for watching, and this is Lance, and I'll talk to you guys later.